Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, New Frontier Swine Time, Episode 6. We've got 100 piggies. They're bigger now. And it looks like we might make it on to next time. We have on to the next crop. We have a couple of fields we need to fertilize. So we're going to do that. That's our very first thing. And then we're going to move on through the months to harvest. Let's see what we've got here. No fields. Oh man, I thought I was being all smart. Well, let's just hit. Yeah. Hit these as we hit them. So our oak is almost ready. We can get that in, our first oak, and then we've got another batch of oak. And we should probably grab, although I think those oak trees are not stump grindable with the standard stump grinder, which they never fixed. There must be, I mean, there are ways to grind stumps IRL, so it's not like it's impossible. So I don't know if they haven't fixed it or if it was intentional, but whatever it is, it's not good. So we'll just, there's no point in picking up a stump grinder. So I'm just going to use the lumberjack chainsaw grinder and dump those stumps when it comes time. And we can't really afford a high lift, although maybe. Unfortunately, we have to do this weird dance to get rid of this thing. But yeah, so we've got that dealt with. Now we just need to get through to harvest again. Which for the barley is next month. Right. We can actually just immediately go pick up. Immediately go pick this up and sleep. We'll go straight to June. Okay, it's June. Let's get this wrong key. Comma, isn't it? You know what? We're going to skip the straw. It's not worth. It's not worth the leasing cost of the baler as of yet. Good. That's the barley. That's the barley. And as is the usual case, we're going to go just dump it straight into the pig food factory. And let's see. So our next Well, we need to actually process through the barley, I'm sure, because we're going to be doing potatoes in August and sorghum in August. Okay. We need to drop this off and go pick up our seed hopper. Well, I am tempted. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I guess I could rent it, but I think it makes sense to buy the slurry module. Because we're going to be able to use our what is it? Yeah, we're going to be able to use our disc harrow. Or no, our torque. That's all right. Yeah. Yep. So we're going to borrow the money for that. And actually get that, because that's something we'll be using through a lot. We need 250, so we need to borrow about 100K. I'm going to borrow a little bit more just to ensure we have money for other things. And we're going to get that slurry module. And we can drop the whole harvesting setup and go get that slurry module, and I can fill it up and use it. My biggest problem with slurry is how often you have to go back and forth. So if we're lucky, that won't be a problem, that this tank will be big enough to cover what fields we've got. I don't know whether this is the correct. Oh, all right. And now if we go get the old cultivator, I think is the guy over there. We can get a layer of slurry down, and then the planting will be the next bit, and then we won't need to fertilize. However, I think I need to need to go into long mode here instead of wide mode. Maybe let's call it transport mode, so that I can more easily fill the tanker up. Now, owning the slurry module, we don't have to detach the main tool. And just get this thing turned right over and ready for the next planting. Make sure that we're doubled. Not sure what that does. I think I'm going to go with a 1 for now. I just wanted to make sure we weren't. Okay. Lots of slurry. We definitely need to grow up our operation some, as this appears to be enough for 100 pigs, possibly even the 250, but not enough for an actual big row of pig farms by any means. Though it looks like we're actually going to be able to do this in a reasonable amount of slurry and not have to go pick up more. Although 75%, okay, we can't do 3 rows in one shot. We're going to have to reload, which means we're going to want a tanker of some sort, especially when we get out into the next set of fields. For now, this is working. And go look at getting our cultivation and our first application of fertilizer in all at once. Which is great, because it means we don't have to worry about using a sprayer. In fact, if we can get rid of the sprayer, I would be pretty happy, although I don't know if we're going to have enough slurry over time to actually do all the fertilizations. So we probably do need to keep the sprayer around. Oh, maybe we can get 3. Maybe we can get 3 rows out of this. Out of 1 full tank, I mean. Okay, well, by the time we need it, it will have gotten us more. I'm wondering, could I just drop this as a unit, or is that going to cause problems? Nice. We found the storage spot for that. Step will be not seeding barley. Actually, we're going to need to do some more harvesting. The sorghum harvest specifically. Hey, and we are able to pick it up. Nice. Alright, but I think that just means we can move on. Although I don't know if we have we need to get some more wood in there. Because I don't think we have enough money to rent our potato harvester this season until we actually get some more wood through. So we're going to do some lumbering. We will just start back here and run down Yeah, these guys are kind of in the way. Okay. We got 50K-ish nearly wood in there. We are getting closer to next time. We do have a loan now, but we're going to move on into July. and get going on our next whatever. Potatoes and sorghum next month. Yep. All right. Do we have anything to do this month? We could top off the wood production, but we don't need to. We did make a little bit of money, so let's just go straight on to August. We definitely have to get another 2 field if we're going to be creating a pig farm empire here. What are these pigs doing anyway? Right, 25k food, cool. And we've got enough slurry that once we reattach, we'll be able to move on. We need to get the potatoes harvested though. So let's just validate that they are ready to harvest before spending the money. Yep. And the sorghum. So let's get potatoes going. Right. We gotta rent that again. Start with seed harvesting, grab that. All standard. And now we need the potato header. Okay. Get that started. And then we'll go grab we'll just do it all ourselves. There's no need to get helpers involved, I don't think. There's no need to get helpers involved. All right, we're gonna harvest this up, and then we'll go do the sorghum. Right, well, we're actually over on potatoes, which I don't want to wait around an hour for this to happen, so I'm going to put the overage into the trailer. If I can find it. There it is. And then I'll ditch this harvester again. Would be nice to just own it. Although I'm wondering, what if I did a lease only thing? I wonder if that would be interesting at all. Right, now we gotta go harvest up the sorghum. And then it'll just be a matter of soybeans. Although the potatoes were getting used, so that means we already had, I think we had a little bit of leftover soybeans. All right, the sorghum in the bag, we can get to work on turning these 2 fields over. But we gotta dump the sorghum first. I might as well get these potatoes over there. Okay, we're gonna need this thing again soon. I'm just gonna dump it here. We gotta get back into transform back into flurry mode. We gotta go do our slurry stuff now. Yeah, these two. Let's see if we can get this big one done. We may want to, or we may have to wait. We're gonna do slurry on both of these, but the potato one. Potato one is next, so we're gonna cultivate this up, and if we're lucky, we'll have enough slurry next month. We got some time on the sorghum. You know, like sorghum is plants in April, so no worries there. I'm sure we'll have enough slurry before April to do this. But let's get our steering assist on. There we go. And we are applying slurry, so here we go. Right. We don't have enough slurry just yet, but as I said before, it's not really too big a deal. We're going to want to plant our barley field is already slurried, so we got September for that. Now if we can just get okay, we do have 65,000. Not enough for the plow. I have to rent the hoe again. But okay, that's fine. I think we will have enough slurry come next month. So let's find out. But let's also see if we've made room for the potatoes yet. Probably not, because we only had 2,000 soybeans in there. But yeah, the answer is no. But that's okay. We got a couple of months till we need to do soybeans. So while we're waiting, let's go into September. And if we're lucky, we'll have enough slurry and we'll just get rocking on that. Another 10K. Yeah, I think we got it. If I recall. About 25% for each row. I'm gonna hit this line up. Alright, well that slurry dump seems like a great place to store this thing, so I'm just gonna go put it over there. Next time we need this machine will be next month, at which point we will be harvesting soybeans. Lots of soybeans, actually. Okay. So if we unfold now, yeah. That was kind of a slightly unfortunate position that I didn't actually foresee, but it's okay. And I have to push into it, driving forward while still maintaining. You gotta and then hit the attach button, because otherwise it doesn't. Otherwise it doesn't work. All right, I think we're just gonna go all the way through and process this. Get this and every time I gotta stop parking that thing there. Yeah, we're gonna go straight to all the way to October here, after I ensure that we don't need to plant barley yet. Oh, we do need to plant barley. Whoops. Bad news. Okay. Well, I was gonna really quickly go into October and get get our, oh man. Get our soybeans done, but we gotta plant the barley. I mean, we need the seed hopper and the planter, not the planter, the seeder. I'm pretty sure the one that's in front right here is actually the planter. Sure, that over there is the seeder. So we'll get the barley planted. Now, given that we have to do it twice a year, we actually should buy the weeder because that turns it into, pretty sure this is the planter. Yep. So I think we're going to actually take the loan and buy the planter. Which way does this thing go? I think it's this way. Almost want. Man. Come on. There we go. Right, barley. What if we've got enough soybeans between those two that we want more barley? Or what if we go with, oh, I think we had barley left over. What are we looking at now? Yeah, we've still got barley. Oh, well, that's from that. I think we want more barley. But the barley's only, wrong one, 450 barley, 450 sorghum. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 barleys and we're going to skip the soybeans. I'm going to do 3 barley, 4 potato. And although we're over on potatoes, so maybe we do 2 potato this month. And 2 sorghum and 2 barley. We'll figure it out. We're going to do 3 barley though. That much is for sure. Have a look at how our, really, it's not fertilizing it. Oh, because no, I slept. No, I didn't sleep. Man, what a waste. Alright, well. We're still going to have to fertilize it again. The other ones we won't, but this one we will. That's a lesson learned. Right. We've got our barley down a little more this time. I'm going to put potatoes in that big field over there. And then soybeans and soybeans and sorghum as usual. Oh, maybe I'll put potatoes in one of these 2-row fields and kind of work up the sorghum stock. Try to keep that thing fuller. Now, in a couple of months, we're gonna have what do you call it? We're gonna have enough money through oak to be able to fund all of our dreams. Well, probably not all of them, but we're gonna have quite a bit of money through the oak. This whole kit you set up there. I almost want another seed hopper to just sit on top of the other set. I think that's really the way to go, is, yeah, because then you have your cultivator slurry applicator on the slurry tank always. That, like this setup here, and then another one. Although we need something to mount the hoe on. Speaking of the hoe, next month we're gonna have to do some hoeing. And we're kind of gonna want, what we got? We got 5,000 wood left and some big ass trees, fully grown. Now we're talking. Well, let's just see here. Will be better with the wheel loader, I think, but get this thing loaded up and we will soon afford yeah, too heavy. So if we let this guy off maybe about there. Oh man, too much. What? 4.1. Okay, weird. I'll go smaller, or we gotta use something else. The wheel loader is really the way to go, and when it comes down to that, we gotta just move up to the large sawmill. Wait, where did it go? Hello? Did it just fall off again already? Oh no, it's there. Where did it go? What? I'm so confused. Yeah, this is like one tree per. Maybe not one, but two trees. I still gotta cut it up. Lower end, yeah. Well, we gotta go a few months before we can upgrade anyway. But now we've got a long-term... Okay, see, that's 8. So maybe that's less than 3? I hope so. Oh, 1.2. Okay. Please stop moving, please. Man. .2. Yep. Just a little too much. Well, that didn't actually cut, did it? Or did it? Yeah, it did. Pull that one out. Alright, cool. It actually isn't that bad. Even if we haven't figured out where to cut it to keep it the right size. Alright, well that is 2 trees fills this thing up, basically. But that's that. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will catch you next time.